Welcome to the Microsoft SQL Server Connector Quickstart Guide. In this video, we will look at the Business Object Designer. You will require BPA Platform 2023, Microsoft SQL Server Connector Agent, Microsoft SQL Server Connector Tool, Microsoft SQL Server version 2014 or above. In the previous video, we demonstrated how to create a connection. So let's go straight into the Business Object Designer. We will begin by adding an object. This will give us two choices. The freehand query object is covered in another video. So we will select a standard business object. For this example, we are connecting to a Microsoft Northwind testing database, where we will create an order-to-order details relationship query. Let's select the orders table, and we will leave the name at its default for our business object. We will enable all the available operations to make these available at the mapping stage. By default, only read and search are initially selected. Note that certain operations should be used with caution if they are to be made available in a business object. Detailed explanations of these are contained in the white paper and product help. The left-hand pane will display the list of objects as you're creating them, and the right-hand pane shows the structure, which is made up of the various parts of the business object as you design it. This is used to form the schema structures for the various operations that will be available at step level for mapping and will be used in the call to SQL Server. Let's add a relationship to join two tables in our business object. Right-click the base table and select Add. Then in the drop-down, select Relationship. To create a relationship to our orders table, we will select Order Details in the foreign key table. We will enter the relationship name as Order Details for our reference, and we can see that there is another item in our structure as a child object. In the Relationships pane, we can see the join between Order ID in the parent table and Order ID in the child table. This has been automatically created as the tables in SQL Server already have this relationship defined. However, these can be created by dragging and dropping between tables as single or multiple links. The Table tab will show columns from the base table or a relationship depending on what has been selected from the structure. All columns are returned with information on each, such as data type. You can choose to hide a column if it is not required at step level or within the output schema. Auto Identity shows columns which have been defined as identity columns and where IDs of new records will be automatically created by SQL Server. The key field is a convenient way to tell the user which fields have been identified as keys on the table and are automatically ticked. The Required checkbox indicates which fields need to be mapped at runtime and are shown in bold text within the mapping. Update on Null means if you map an empty value, the column will become null in the table on update. The Details tab is an overview of the base table, relationship, or anything that is clicked in the structure. Let's create a lookup by selecting our orders base table, right-clicking and selecting Add, and from the drop-down, selecting Lookup, and then OK. In this example, we want to additionally return the company name. for a customer ID on the orders table. Let's select the customer ID column, and in the lookup details, let's select the customers table and the customer ID, where we require the return value of company name. The lookup name is automatically created, but you can change it if needed. Let's move on to pass-through properties. These are fields that are added to the schema, but allow you to pass data into and out of the connector at runtime. They are not passed to the application at runtime, but will appear in the output XML. It is similar to supplementary reference, but can be used multiple times. A typical example would be logging a call with a date timestamp as part of an audit process, or passing through an ID from the source data, which isn't needed in SQL Server, but might be useful to have in the output to tie the two sets of data together. To create this, we can right-click the order table, click Add, and in the drop-down, select Pass-Through Property, and then OK. We will then supply a name for this, and then OK. Now that we have our business object, we have additional controls in the Business Objects section. The lock functionality allows you to password protect objects. This is useful when exchanging business objects through importing and exporting, with the aim of sharing with clients and team members, or selling integration solutions with a level of control. And you can see here, the options are no longer available. This can be achieved on single or multiple objects and unlocked via right-click or the buttons below. Locked or unlocked objects can be duplicated with identical settings other than the incremented file name. Duplicated objects that are password protected can be unlocked with the password used on the source object. Remove will, as expected, delete an object. This can be performed on individual or multiple objects. Locked objects cannot be deleted. Importing and exporting objects can be used for commercial purposes, as mentioned previously, or for backups, moving to other instances or environments. The export process will collate all objects currently shown in the Business Objects pane and is saved as an XML-based file, and any locked objects will be encrypted on export, preventing any manual editing. When importing objects, where duplicates exist within your current settings, you have the option to create new objects, which will result in a new incremented version of the object, do nothing, or with caution, replace. Other Microsoft SQL Server Connector videos are available for standard installation and configuration with the remote data relay, the freehand query object, and basic task creation. And that's it for this Quickstart guide. If you require more information, please see any accompanying documentation and the tool white papers. For further assistance, please contact your account manager or visit codelessplatforms.com. Thanks for watching.